Motorbikes have long been essential in Tamale's transportation landscape. They are affordable, fuel efficient, and easy to maneuver through congested streets.
It's Eliya Menoko. I use motor because it's a convenient and quick way of maneuvering and movement through the Tamale town. It doesn't contaminate the environment as compared to vehicles. That is why I use motorbike instead. And also, the consumption of motorbike is lesser than that of vehicles, which I prefer to use motor rather than cars.
My name is Christopher Abdullahi from Tamale here. The economic crisis, I think riding a motor is more cheaper than using a car, depending on your movement. Sometimes the fuel issues too. Comparing car to a motorbike, I think motorbike is more economical than using a car. With just 50 gallons of fuel on my motor, I can go to work 3 times in a week before I'll buy fuel again.
However, with increasing car ownership, Tamale's roads are becoming more congested and carbon emissions are on the rise. Here is Rufai Mohammed Hafiz, the Assistant Programs Officer at Environmental Protection Agency in the Northern region.
Using of automobiles has become a norm. It's no longer a luxury, but for convenience and modernity is fueling the increase. And as population increase, lifestyle changes also what increases. So yes, the emission of carbon monoxide from vehicles in Tamale is a great concern to Environmental Protection Agency. And the reason is simple. We know that carbon is a key driver to the global warming. And once there is increase in global temperature, and for that matter, there are no partitions in the global airspace, Tamale, Ghana, will be impacted.
I'm retired 001 Akanteba, presently the Chief Secretary of Tamale Technical University. If you have a family and the time is due for you to possess a car, you will definitely go for a car. And some of us, we have the car, and at the same time, we have the motorbike too. Because there are some days you want to spark your car, it will not be in good condition. You switch to the motor. And the reason why I bought a car is simple. In the first place, when we are going to church, we use the car because the family, at least we are about 4. Aside that, when it is raining and you need to go to church, you need to go to work. And then with the car, you can go and send your wife to her work site and also come to. And again, when we go to market to go and do shopping, at least motor cannot carry all those stuff. So at least when you have car too, it helps.
Let's look at the numbers. A motorbike emits averagely 0.1 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilometer, while a car emits averagely 0.2 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilometer. That is twice the amount of carbon emissions. Professor Thompson Ano is a senior lecturer at the Department of Meteorology and Climate Science at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
If the motorbike, let's say, is a 0.5 liter engine, and then you compare a 0.5 liter engine to, let's say, a 3.5 liter engine, so divide 3.5 by 0.5, and that is the number of engines in motorcycle that you are having in one 3.5 vehicle. If all these 2 vehicles are combustion engines. Okay, so your carbon footprint depends on the engine capacity that you are having. So if you have a 2-liter engine capacity combustion engine, you are going to give a less emission of carbon dioxide than somebody who is having a 3.5-liter combustion engine, if all other things being equal. Okay, so if the servicing and everything on these 2 vehicles are equal, the one with the lower engine capacity will burn or will introduce less carbon dioxide into the atmosphere than the one with the higher engine capacity.
So what can be done to promote sustainable transportation in Tamale? Rufai again.
Well, as to the preference, it depends on the kind of energy the automobiles are using. If automobiles are depending heavily on fossil fuel products, petrol, diesel, certainly, at the end of combustion, what will come out will be what? Carbon. But if we are using clean energy sources, like renewable energy sources, electric vehicles, electric motorbikes, I think to some extent, carbon emission will be reduced. It's for us to go to switch to use of electric vehicles, electric motorbikes, which to some extent are environmentally friendly.
Professor Ano further explains.
So you can see that nowadays, most of the vehicles are actually advocating for a smaller engine capacity. So most of the vehicles that are coming around, they have what we call turbocharged engines. So most of the time, they pair the turbocharge with a smaller capacity engine, and then the output actually can be compared to a bigger engine which is naturally aspirated without any turbo. Okay, another aspect is the fact of using what we call hybrid. So you combine electricity with combustion. So you have electrical motor and then combustion engine, and then you put the two together. So when you are on lower speed, then you use electricity, and that one there is no emission. But when you are on top speed, then the combustion engine kicks in. Then, so in other words, you don't most of the time use the combustion engine, and therefore you don't burn a lot of fuel to release carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide release in car engine is a product of what we call combustion process.
Some residents say it is time to rethink the transportation choices because motorbikes offer a convenient and environmentally friendly solution for Tamale's residents than the increasing number of cars in the metropolis.
My name is Abubakar Bela Umbangba. If such stakeholders are able to create forums and also, just create advertisement, that will create more awareness and sensitization on carbon footprint. I think it will be a natural motivation for people to dive towards motorbike, because at the end of the day, I mean, everybody needs a clean environment to be able to live well.
My name's Adikende Husenat. Right now, because of the amount of carbon dioxide in the system, you can see that it is now becoming very difficult for us to even breathe clean air. And because of the cars, it's taking space. So it means more roads need to be created. So automatically more trees will be cut down. So the trees that are supposed to take out the carbon dioxide from the system are not there.
Residents want individual action taken to reduce their carbon footprint and embrace sustainable transportation options. They believe that Tamale can set an example for other cities in Ghana and beyond.
My name is Abubakar Bela Umbangba. I'm the founder and the CEO of Diva Farms. And at Diva Farms, we grow vegetables.
What inspired you to choose motorbike as your means of transport?
What inspired me to choose motorbike? So first of all, probably I would say economy. But after that, also considering the environment. So just, trying to create a free and a healthy environment. Basically, that is it.
So do you think the increase of motorbike and cars in Tamale cause traffic?
The increase of
what has the policies actually done for us? Most of them are there, more than 1,000 of them, but they've never been implemented. So it gets to a point where you have to think beyond them. Now, what can you do as a human being? What can you do as a citizen to make your environment safe? You determine. If they see me doing it, they'll copy. If they see me advocating for it, they'll copy. That's how it should be. They will start it, and then when we now become large enough, we go in our numbers, propose a policy, they will be forced to listen to us.
A report by Mohammed Nurudeen.
Climate Focus is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with Youth Bridge Foundation, Bridging Gaps for Positive Youth Development, and the Climate Development Knowledge Network.